Coming up on the show today, we're going to be talking about some of the world's creepiest ghost stories. We're going to be taking an inside look at the creepiest urban legend in all 50 states. We're going to be taking another dive down into the top 25 most haunted places right here in Virginia. And hear from you. It's Wednesday, June 15th, 2022, and Mysteries of the Paranormal is coming at you right now. Alright, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another podcast episode. We are back here on this beautiful and hot Wednesday afternoon. It is June 15th. We are already halfway through the month of June. Hello, Christina. We can't believe we're already halfway through the month of June. It's ridiculous. But before we get started, just keep everybody in your prayers who went to the reunion this past week and unfortunately contracted this COVID-19. Just keep all of them in your prayers to keep them safe and get them back healthy very soon. But as we talk about some of the upcoming videos we have coming out this week, one day this week, me and Rob will be doing an investigation. Probably Friday night we will be doing an investigation at the Rock House of Horrors. And then next week we're gonna hopefully try to take a trip up to the infamous Satan's Bridge. And then we have a lot more vlogs and trips coming up for you guys. October 8th, Lake Shawnee. December 17th, Gordonsville Exchange Hotel / Civil War Museum. Gonna have a couple vlogs for you guys as well. We're gonna be filming them throughout the next couple of months. But definitely gonna be a fun second half of the year. But we're gonna go ahead and jump right on into the first topic for today's podcast. We're gonna be talking about some of the world's most creepiest ghost stories. Starting off with number one, located in Birmingham, Alabama, Sloss Furnaces. The town of Birmingham, Alabama was founded in 1871, 5 years after the Civil War. And with it, the need for tons of pig iron to fix America's crumbling infrastructure To satisfy the demand, Colonel James Sloss started construction on Sloss furnaces. A year later, the company opened its doors to hundreds of employees. Working on blast furnaces was an advanced job, and it was also very dangerous. That danger was soon realized as many workers started being incinerated in the furnaces and falling to their deaths. Conditions only worsened in the early 1900s after a cruel fireman, James Slag Wormwood, took a job at Sloss. He took dangerous risks in order to increase production. As a result, nearly 50 employees died on site, and many were involved in terrible accidents during his tenure. Allegedly, in retaliation, his workers tossed him into the furnace in 1906. What is up, Matt? I am good. Doing pretty good. Just trying to stay out of this heat because it is miserable. It has been literally in the high 90s every day this week. Yesterday it topped 100. So it's now moving on to number 2 is the crying lady in New York City. An apartment building in New York City has been home to many rich and famous residents since it opened back in 1884. John Lennon and Yoko Ono moved into the building in 1973. Lennon was also assassinated outside the structure on December 8th of 1980. Oh yeah, I understand. They said it was supposed to break 103 here, but it ain't done it yet. Thank God. It's been like 98 most of the day. Ridiculous. Before his death, John claimed he saw a crying lady ghost roaming the halls. Then after John died, Yoko, who still lives in the building, said she witnessed John's ghost sitting at his piano. She said John told her, "Don't be afraid, I am still with you." Ooh. Number 3 is a popular one that we are hoping to travel to soon. Number 3, located in Adams, Tennessee, the Bell Witch. Back in the early 1800s, a man named John Bell moved his family to an area in Tennessee called Red River, which is now known as Adams, Tennessee. After they had settled in the new home, some particular things started to happen. The Bell family began hearing some bizarre noises, including dogs barking, chains rattling, rats chewing, and even a woman whispering. Soon that woman became known as the Bell Witch, and many people believe she's a ghost of a former neighbor of the Bells, Kate Batts. Batts and the Bells had a dispute over land, and she had sworn vengeance on the Bell family before she died. Later on, Bell died from poisoning, and it's rumored to be the work of the Bell Witch. We want to go there, Matt. We're trying to plan a trip up there sometime soon. Yeah. Just always stay hydrated because it is miserable out there this week. Number 4, located in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, the ghosts of the Crescent Hotel. the Crescent Hotel, which opened in 1886. But during construction, a worker named Michael was killed, and his ghost reportedly still haunts room 218. The hotel came under the ownership of known medical fraud Norman Baker in 1937, who fancied himself a doctor. He turned the hotel into the Baker Cancer Hospital, claiming to have the cure for the disease, which he obviously did not. Patients who died under his care were buried right in the hotel's basement, which served as a makeshift morgue. He was arrested in 1940, but his patients' spirits are said to still remain. Because the hotel is still open, guests often say they see apparitions and hear noises during their stays. Sci-Fi's Ghost Hunters even has footage of something moving in the basement. Yeah, I figured nobody'd be there after dark, but we just want to go down there and check out the cave and everything. That's all we really want to do. Probably won't do no investigation, but just go down there and tour the cave and that area. Possibly go to the cemetery where they're buried. The Reed Hotel in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I have never heard of that. Might have to look that one up. But hidden to number 5 in Abbeville, Alabama, is Huggin' Molly. Now, I've never heard of this one, so this one's a new one on me. It's best to stay home when the sun sets in Abbeville, Alabama, if you want to avoid Huggin' Molly's chilly embrace. As the legend goes, beginning in the early 1900s, an oversized figure in all black began roaming the streets at night looking for unsuspecting victims. Once she fixates on someone, she hugs the person and screams loudly into their ears. Many people have recounted stories of being chased by what they believe was Huggin' Molly. Local parents have even taken advantage of the story to keep their children in line. The town embraces its nighttime warden, proudly calling itself the home of Huggin' Molly. There's even a family-friendly restaurant named after her. Oh, I'm sure I will. Just have to look it up and see what it's all about, because like I said, I ain't never even heard of that hotel. I'm sure it's pretty cool though. Number 6, located in Surrency, Georgia, the Surrency House Ghost. The clan began experiencing paranormal activities in present-day Surrency, Georgia. In the 1870s, family members reported witnessing objects soaring across rooms, hearing laughter and crying, and seeing red eyes staring into the house. Food was thrown from their plates and utensils twisted into unusable shapes. The townspeople speculated that these occurrences were cries for help from spirits who thought the family would be able to save them. On the day the family decided to finally leave the house, a fire iron allegedly floated up and started hitting one of the sons on the head. No one was ever brave enough to live in the house again, and the building finally went up in flames in 1925. It's a banshee. Oh, okay. Makes sense by what I was... Number 7, located in Florida, the ghost of Bellamy Bridge. For a taste of true haunting love, travel over this bridge in Florida, which has several ghost legends surrounding the structure. In the 1830s, Elizabeth Bellamy married local politician Samuel Bellamy. On their wedding night, her dress accidentally caught on fire, which covered a young bride in horrible burns. She initially survived, but then eventually passed away. She was buried along the banks of the Chipola River, and it was said that her love for her husband was so strong she couldn't rest. The deceased newlywed, dressed in white, can allegedly be seen wandering the banks from the vantage point of the bridge. It's said that she appears on fire, either walking through the swamps or diving straight into the river as to douse the flames, or somberly walking along the side of the river. What's up, Paul? Wow. Ooh. Now, this one looks interesting. I ain't heard of this one either. Number 8, located in Biloxi, Mississippi, the ghost of Deer Island. On May 20th, 1922, Anthony Regazin relayed this tale in a column in the Sun Herald. He writes that in the early 1800s, two fishermen spent the night on Deer Island off Biloxi's coast. They heard noises that they ignored until it became impossible to do so. When they went to see what was causing the ruckus, they claimed they found a headless skeleton that ran after the pair. They immediately made a beeline for their boat and got off the island immediately. It is said that the bony frame belongs to a pirate who had his head chopped off by his captain, and his body was left behind as a guard to watch over buried treasure. Oh man, what a story. That's creepy and just outright horrifying. Number 9, located in Wildwood, Missouri, Zombie Road. Outside of St. Louis lies Zombie Road, a hotbed of ghostly activities. There are many scary stories stemming from Lawyer Ford Road, from sightings of spirits wandering the stretch to victims of train accidents, like Della McAuliffe, who was struck by a passing train in the early 1950s. It became a popular late-night teen hangout spot, with various murders happening in the area. It's also been rumored to be the home base of a murderer named Zombie who escaped a mental asylum. It has now been something. I can't even read that. But it's been turned into a nature trail. But they now close it off at nights due to the massive murders and stories. Wow. Number 10, located in Weatherford, Oklahoma, Dead Woman's Crossing. In the early 1900s, in Weatherford, Oklahoma, Katie DeWitt James left her home with her baby after she filed for divorce from her husband. She planned to move in with her cousin, but her family never heard from her. After an investigation, it turns out that she moved in with a local prostitute Franny Norton. She was last seen leaving the house with Franny and her child in the carriage. Franny returned with the child, who was covered in blood but without Katie. Her body was found later on along a nearby creek with her head cut off. It was rumored that her ex-husband had her killed with Franny's help, but Franny claimed she wasn't involved in Katie's death. But on the day she was supposed to be questioned by the police, she poisoned herself. But she's still around. She allegedly appears as a blue light floating around town, and people have reported hearing a woman looking for her baby and the rolling sound of wheels. Number 11. Located in St. Francisville, Louisiana, the Myrtles Plantation. Of the numerous spirits haunting the plantation, which was built in 1796, the most known entity is Chloe. It's said that plantation owner Clark Woodruff carried on an affair with an enslaved person named Chloe, which he ended abruptly. She began to eavesdrop on his conversation, and he caught her. As punishment, he cut her ear off. She then poisoned the rest of his family with a birthday cake, leaving him all alone. The other enslaved people knew what she had done and eventually hanged her. She supposedly still remains on the property with a photograph from 1992 where her spirit is visible. Wow. But those are your world's creepiest ghost stories. Next, we're going to head on into and take an inside look at the top 25 most haunted places right here in Virginia. Some of them on this list I've been to, so it's going to be interesting to see where they place. Starting off with number 25, located in Williamsburg, the public hospital. As the first mental institution in North America, the public hospital has seen a lot of misery and pain. In fact, one of its superintendents, Dr. John Galt, took his own life. So stressful was his job. His spirit is still believed to roam the asylum. Other ghosts have also been seen around the hospital, include tortured patients and Civil War soldiers who took over the building during the Battle of Williamsburg. Number 24, a place that I have been to, located in Yorktown, Crawford Road. And by what I know, there's like various recordings of this story. By what I know was that there was a woman. She was on her way to a wedding, got caught up in a car accident on this road, and died. And you can supposedly see her spirit on the road. And another version of the story has it that she committed suicide. She, on the right side of the bridge, She hanged herself, and reports has it that if you drive under the bridge late at night, you can supposedly see a lady in white hanging from the bridge. Number 23, another one located in Williamsburg, the Lightfoot House. Don't really know much about this one, but these really don't give me hardly any history. So I'm just going to read the names and go on. Number 22, located in Surry County, Virginia, Bacon's Castle. This is another place that I want to go to do an investigation. Number 21, located in Charles City, Edgewood Plantation. Number 20, located in Spotsylvania, Virginia, the Spotsylvania Courthouse. The courthouse is haunted, but I can see why, because it lies on what is known as the bloodiest ground in North America, between Fredericksburg and Spotsylvania National Military Park. There's a lot to explore, but its most paranormally active spot is definitely what they call the Bloody Angle. Physicists who visited this location have always gotten strong readings, while ghost hunters have never failed to collect EVPs. Wow. Number 19, located just about an hour and 15 minutes from where I'm at, in Stanton, Virginia, the Stanton Train Depot. Back in 1890, there was a horrific train crash that killed just about everybody on that train. But there was one lonely survivor. And then there was another train crash in the early 90s where everyone survived except one. One woman on this in this train crash died. Everybody else survived. This is a story that gets everybody. And this one is miraculously a horrific and crazy story on how it happened. But a runaway train tore through the depot, destroying the building completely. All the passengers were significantly wounded but survived except one. One passenger, who was named Ruth Knox. She's the only passenger on that train who died. And now her spirit is often seen wandering around the tracks. But I believe this train depot is now abandoned. I think. Pretty sure it's now completely abandoned. But number 18, located in Afton, Virginia, Swananoa Palace. Now this place I have contacted, but there is no earthly way to do an investigation. They said they are not doing them, so then we can't go investigate them. Number 16, located in Leesburg, Paxton Manor. Number 15, located in Williamsburg, another place I want to go to, the Fort Magruder Hotel. Number 14, located in Wythe County, the Major Grand Mansion, another place I want to go. Number 13, located in Newport News, the Boxwood Inn Bed and Breakfast, another place I want to go to. Number 12, located in Williamsburg, the Public Gaol. Number 11, also located in Williamsburg, the Wythe House. And number 10, the place I've been to twice now, located literally 20 minutes from me, located in Bedford, Virginia, the Avenel House. Number 9, in Dumfries, Virginia, the Weems Botts Museum. Number 8, located in Virginia Beach, the Ferry Plantation House. Number 7, also another one that we've investigated, located in Brandy Station, the Graffiti House. Number 6, in Mechanicsville, the Cold Harbor Battlefield. Number 5, located in Stevenson, historic Jordan Springs. Number 4, located in Chester, Virginia, is the infamous Henricus Historical Park, another place I'd love to go to. Number 3, located in Gordonsville, Virginia, a place we are going to this year on December 17th, the Exchange Hotel Civil War Medical Museum. Number 2, also another place I've been to and investigated, and a for sure place we are going back to hopefully next year, located in Radford, Virginia, St. Albans Sanatorium. And finally, number 1, located again in Williamsburg, Virginia, the Peyton Randolph House. And that is your top 25 most haunted places of Virginia. Before we head to the next topic, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back. Alright, welcome back to the Mysteries of the Paranormal podcast. We are back and ready for our last topic of the day. Starting off with the creepiest urban legends in all 50 U.S. states. We're going to talk about the creepiest urban legend in every state here in the U.S. Number one, starting off with Alabama, the dead children's playground. And again, with this one, there's really no much history, so I'm just going to run through the list. Number two, located in Alaska, the Alaska Triangle. Number three, the third state, which is Arizona, the Skinwalkers. Number four, Arkansas, is the Dog Boy. Number six, which is California, the many horrors of Turnbull Canyon. Number seven, Colorado, Riverdale Road. The next one, located in Connecticut, Dudleytown. And in Delaware, Mr. Chew. The number one urban legend in Florida, the Skunk Ape. The top urban legend for Georgia is the curse of Lake Lanier. In Hawaii, we have the Night Marchers. Located in Idaho is the Phantom Jogger of Canyon Hill. What's up, bud? Files. Located in Illinois, the Italian Bride. Like I said, there's no history with these, so I'm just running through the list here. The top number one urban legend in Indiana is the Diana of the Dunes. In Iowa is also a place that I would love to investigate. The Vesuela Axe Murder House. In Kansas is the Stoll Gateway. Located in Kentucky, the Witch of Pilot's Knob. In Louisiana, the Vampire Saint Germain. Located in Maine, the Wood Island Light. Located in Maryland, the famous Goat Man. In Massachusetts, we have the Curse of Giles Corey. In Michigan, we have Dogman Bridge. In Minnesota, the Hairy Man of Vergus Trail. In Mississippi, the Three-Legged Lady of Nash Road. Missouri, we just talked about this one, Zombie Road. In Montana, the Hitchhiker of Black Horse Lake. The top urban legend for Nebraska is the Seven Sisters Road. And of course, Nevada, Area 51. New Hampshire is the Cursed Isles of shoals. The top urban legend for the New Jersey is the Watcher, also known as the New Jersey Devil. The top urban legend located in New Mexico is the Chupacabra. In New York, we have the Montauk Project. In North Carolina, we have the Beast of Bladdenboro. In North Dakota, we have the Gates of the Satanic Panic. I ain't never even heard of that. Okay. In Ohio, we have the Melonheads. The top urban legend for Oklahoma, we have the Skirvin Hotel. The top urban legend for the state of Oregon is the Bandage Man of Cannon Beach. In Pennsylvania is the Charlie No Face, a more popular one. In Rhode Island, Mercy Brown. In South Carolina, the Boohags. In South Dakota, Walking Sam. The top urban legend for the state of Tennessee, another one we just talked about, the Bell Witch. This one is located in the great state of Texas, the Black-Eyed Children. Located in Utah, the Escalante Petrified Forest Curse. Located in Vermont, the Hayden Family Curse. Located right here in Virginia, a place I have been to but unfortunately did not get to investigate because the cops turned us around because it was late Halloween night. The Bunny Man and the Bunny Man Bridge. In Washington, the Maltby Cemetery. In West Virginia, the Mothman. Located in the state of Wisconsin is the Rhinelander Hodag. And in Wyoming, the final in the 50th state of the U.S., the Platte River Ship of Death. And that is your top creepiest urban legend for all 50 states. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's podcast. Be sure to join me on the next podcast in 2 days on Friday afternoon, Friday, June 17th, right back here at 5 p.m. Eastern. I will see you guys on Friday.